My name is Randy Bigley. Joining me on the podcast right now from the Crawford Partnership, David Zach, and Sarah Herrle is with me. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm great. It's always fun to have you guys in there because you know why? Because there's a lot of great things going on in Crawford County. That's
Absolutely, and we really appreciate the opportunity to talk about it.
You guys are welcome
do.
anytime. You know that.
Thank you.
You're
yeah,
welcome.
we always
No
feel
problem.
that way.
Yeah. Well, you are
Very friendly.
You guys are welcome anytime.
Awesome. Appreciate
Anytime
that.
you got great news, and I know you guys send press releases, and we put them out for
We
you out
do,
there. and
yeah.
It's always good information. Good. I mean, there's always something going on. It's like
There
Sarah,
is.
You're always sending me something, Sarah, which I think is great. I mean, it's wonderful.
Yeah, I don't think since I've started working alongside David and really moved into economic development that there's no short of amazing stories in Crawford County, from investment to other, businesses and organizations buying a whole block that'll be coming out eventually. And so there's
Wow.
a few press releases on deck. I think we actually have one later this morning.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned. They're coming.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll be watching out. We'll have it out for you then.
Great.
Great. Yeah. What's going on, dude?
So yeah, I would say last year was a pretty historic year for economic development. This March we found out we were 16th out of 542 counties like ours in the country.
That's
For
great.
a number of large
Yeah.
investment projects going on, job creation projects. So it's pretty exciting. We had 5 major projects for a county of 42,000. It's pretty exciting. And then to kick off this year, we've already had a nice announcement. So you want to talk a little bit about the expansion that we had already?
So super exciting. Advanced Fiber Technology. They are out in Crossroads Industrial Park and had a building that they were using for warehouse storage, but the time came and the growth and demand, and they made it into their second production line.
Oh, wow.
And so that created some new jobs here in the county, and part of the press release was so that folks would know they expanded and were going to be hiring, and we heard feedback that press release did help get some people
Good.
in to apply.
Good.
So yeah, that was one really big expansion that we've already announced this year.
Yeah, with
So-
more on deck.
More on deck for sure.
Yeah, that's really good. When we look at the pipeline right now, one thing we like to talk about is pipeline. How many projects we're working that aren't announced? It's like a little under 100, and most of and most of those.
Really?
I mean, it's
Wow.
everybody from starting, and that's
Yeah.
all throughout Crawford County. It's everybody from somebody starting a business to property and investing to a company like AFT investing $5 million. Whatever the case is, there's a lot going on. And most of the biggest industry that's represented is manufacturing. So that's probably about a third of the projects, and then it's spread over the rest. So it's it's an exciting time. And Sarah, why don't you talk a little bit about, we're playing this deal.
Yeah.
So we just kicked off another year of our leadership program.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
See Lead. So record numbers this
It
year.
is.
People
Great.
sign up. Talk about this experiential program. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so this year we have 24 in the cohort. 25 is sold out, so very exciting to have that group. We have banking, manufacturing, people starting their own business, insurance. It's a really great group, and so we actually have, for the first time too, someone from like the sheriff's department and some things like that. And just this past week, Crawford County Board of Developmental Disabilities hosted us for their half-day program.
Great.
And so that was incredibly generous, and it was a wonderful day. I think the group took a lot away from what was here and who they're working with. It kind of blew my mind, the manufacturers who are partnering here in the community. So we're down, we did 2 out of 9 months so far. Next month is our road rally, so we will all hopefully hop on one bus, go around and check out the history and the places that make Crawford County what it is today, and we'll cover the whole county. It'll be a full day of bus riding and stopping and checking stuff out.
Right. Cool.
So
Cool.
yeah,
So
great
it's
year.
Called CU Lead, Crawford Unlimited Leadership.
Yep.
And it's basically about getting people engaged in the community, finding out what's here. And at the end of the year,
Yeah.
Sarah will bring a bunch of nonprofits, talk about what kind of volunteer opportunities there are, which is super exciting.
Yeah, the goal there is different career points, different family points. So maybe you can do a one-day volunteer for the Humane Society for one of their events. Or maybe you're at a point in your career or life where you want to serve on a board for 3 years. So the goal is to try to match them up to any level of volunteerism and leadership that they can do at this point in their life.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we kicked planning off
Yeah.
for that on Friday as well.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. We launched this year Crawford Business Exchange,
Okay.
which is an opportunity for people that want to retire, own a business, sell their business, but don't want to put out who they are. They don't want the employees scrambling for the hills, and they just want to see what interest is out there. And so we put out there how much it's for sale, what exactly is for sale, and the general business, so people can't
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes detect it, and then we kind of vet it. We send those to the the people we've had two leads so far this year. We got another one, and one is going to get announced sometime in the next couple of weeks that we promoted.
Wow.
We didn't directly connect them with, but we helped promote it, and so that's exciting. And when is that going to pop loose?
I'm gonna go May 31st,
Okay.
beginning of June, so a couple
So
weeks
it's pretty
yet.
exciting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's the first one, and then we got another one on deck. So trying to stimulate entrepreneurship. We have a pretty great entrepreneurial spirit here in Crawford
Mhm.
County. A lot of people
Right.
starting businesses, and we're looking to have more programming. We had our first Innovate Crawford session with a patent attorney who's renowned nationally, just doing a crash course on intellectual property. And so we'll be working and pay it to anybody who's interested, trying to get a small business basics seminar here sometime in the next couple of months. So that'll be good. I would say also very exciting is what we're doing in the workforce development arena. I'm hoping next time to have, I think we'll bring Lisa Markham to talk about workforce development. But what we'll be talking about later today, I'm going to kind of let the cat out of the bag a
Go
little
for
bit. So we've been working with an online platform called Community Opportunity.
Okay.
Basically promotes local jobs, local students in actually multiple counties, 3 counties, Wyandotte, Crawford, and Richland County, all kind of have their students, or some of the districts have their students register, see what career opportunities. We're going to be moving to something called Youth Science, which is a national program. And the company or the students are all 6 districts supported by Pioneer, and the educational service centers are going to integrate that in. And what it does is it really overcomes the exposure gap. So the problem is that kids they know what they're interested in based on what they've been exposed to. So do I want to be a video game designer? Do I want to be a social media influencer? Do I want to be something with some kind of college degree that I've heard about, doctor, lawyer, teacher? But all these jobs they've never heard about or they've never thought about, they could be really good at: construction, healthcare, manufacturing, that are great careers, environments that you can succeed and do great, and all those opportunities are here locally. So what it does is it analyzes their interests, but also their aptitudes, their abilities, and then it exposes them to careers they may have never thought of. And then all that data in the aggregate, keeping the student's name specifically confidential, you can say, wow, where's the big gap? Where are the trend lines? So a lot of kids have a lot of strengths in manufacturing or healthcare or construction or agribusiness, but there's not a lot of interest.
Yeah.
So those are opportunities to go in and expose them to things like wage tours. So we're going to be taking students, hundreds of students this fall, October, to 3 Crawford County businesses. And in June, and hopefully we'll talk about it the next one, Lisa's going to be taking teachers around the manufacturing boot camp. So basically, Youth Science is going to be free to students, free to schools, and support provided to really help students find out what great career opportunities are locally. They can sort it and filter it by amount of training or education is required post their high school time. So we're really excited about it. It's going to be a pretty innovative approach to really support our existing students, but also why we're so engaged in support our existing businesses too. Because they're great at selling their stuff, but how do they get in front of the kids who think you have to go away? But really that Crawford County spirit of resilience and values and the quality of life here is second to none. So we're excited about that. We'll be sending Crawford County Now and other media more information about that. But to have something where all the school districts are working together to do something, I think is pretty significant. And I think it's going to do nothing but benefit the kids and their families. Because if they want to go to college, great. What are the opportunities for that? If they don't, what are the opportunities for that? If they want to go to North Central State, what are the opportunities there? So we think it's a 7-8 years in, a community opportunity ready for the next evolution. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is. That's really cool.
Yeah. It's going to move the needle. In a local district, one thing they found, Randy, was in a local district in the region, 6 years after using this tool, they had twice the number of kids going into skilled trades.
Really? That's good, because they talk about that gap, the skills gap that's out there. That's a real thing. And manufacturers are really, they're worried about it. I mean, and this can help kind of close that gap a little bit, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're excited about that, and we're going to be working hard on that.
When I was in school, they never taught us that, you always said you got to go to college, but they never taught you that there's some jobs out there, some skilled labor out there that you can make some really good money. You don't have to go to college. There's nothing wrong with going to college, but if you're not, that isn't the direction you want to go, there's other opportunities for you out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think a
Yeah.
good cue is how good are you at school and how
Yeah.
much do you like school?
Mm-hmm.
Because the kinds of things that you do and the kinds of, you got to do college.
Yeah.
So yes, you can make a good living. College has been great for me,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm kind of
Right.
wired that way. If you're not, you can make
Yeah.
just as much money and be much happier
Oh, yeah.
Right.
versus going to school, borrowing a bunch of money, and then find out you don't like it.
Yeah.
So I think it's exciting.
Some of these welders, I mean, they're making great money. I mean,
Dude,
that's
and they'll get
example.
any education paid for.
Yeah, exactly,
So it's
yeah.
like,
And that's great.
Yeah.
And people I don't think they realize that. But now that's getting out there more. Where it's, you know,
I think so. Yeah, it's less prejudiced against stuff that's
Right.
equally pays as well and
Right.
equally satisfying.
Yeah,
Now I'm not.
yeah.
You don't want me
Yeah.
fixing. You don't want
Right,
me
yeah.
welding anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with
Because
you. Yeah.
I'm just not that coordinated. But you know,
Right.
each of us has what are we good at? What do we like?
Right.
And I think if we can fit everybody in their right spot on the bus, everybody's going to have the best life, and we're going to have the best economy, and just keep roaring like we have been.
And like to your point, like
Yeah.
I went to college, I didn't know what I wanted to go for.
Mhm.
I started as
Mhm.
an environmental science major, switched to business. So if something like this could have helped me like narrow it down or
Mhm.
put the pieces together, that's really exciting to hear about. Because I know I
most
didn't,
definitely.
yeah, I didn't have that opportunity. So
Yeah, not me neither. I didn't either. So yeah. Anything else happen?
Yeah, I would say the last thing
Uh-huh.
is we like to measure ourselves against other counties, so we pride ourselves on reaching out to local businesses to see how we can help. And right now, after the end of the first quarter,
Yeah.
we're number 2 in Northwest Ohio.
Really?
We
Wow.
ended last year number 1 among
Yeah.
non-metro counties. We even beat out Allen County, Lima, and Wood
Yeah.
County, Bowling Green,
Wow,
just
yeah.
shy of Lucas. So beating
Yeah.
something with 10 times our population.
Yeah.
But we're second right now for non-metro
Yeah.
counties. So
Game
we're proud
on.
of that, but we're not we're not happy. We don't want to be. We're number 2. We try harder. We want to be number 1.
right,
But,
I want to get out there and meet with those businesses and see
Sure.
what we can connect them to. And
yeah.
there's so much happening in this county, but you don't know it if you don't talk to them, and you can't support them if you don't talk to them.
Yeah. So we work really hard on that, and that's where a lot of these opportunities come from.
Sure.
So we would just like, I think people know that we're working it hard, but we have great businesses, and they are looking. Even with the election coming up, companies are expanding and growing, and they feel secure about Crawford County, about
Good.
the state, and where we're going.
Awesome. There's some great opportunities out here, isn't there?
Yeah.
There
Absolutely.
There really is. Sarah, if someone wants more information about the Crawford Partnership, how can they do that? Do you have a
Yeah,
website?
absolutely. So it is crawfordpartnership.org.
Mhm.
And you can also find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, which is now X, and Instagram. So easy ways to find us. Our phone numbers and information's out there, so feel free to call our cell phones if you have a question or you heard something that piques your interest, and we're happy to talk to you.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. I always
Always
enjoyed
good
it.
to
I
be
mean,
here.
it's good to hear people complaining and all. It's great to hear the good stuff going on in Crawford County because there's plenty of it going on.
Oh yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
There is. Thank you for sharing all that good news.
You're always welcome. I told you, you're always welcome to come in. So.
Appreciate it.